situations happen. Tell me how you feel about it. Let's talk about it. Topics of discussion. Tell me what's your view. And let's talk about it. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock true. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing. Rock true. Conversations fuel the mind. They current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth.
Grand day, Royals, and welcome to Rock Truth Radio. I am one of your amazing hosts, Mary SelenaKay. We got CKnight in the building. And we thank you for joining us as we rock truth are absolutely nothing at all. We live in a society today where truth before our very eyes is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. Today we rocking true poetry with none other than PENFLOW. Shout out to Jovan and Darron, guys. If you could please introduce yourself. Start with you, Jovan.
I'm Jovan, one of the co-hosts.
And tell us, how did you guys get started, guys? How did you get started, Jovan?
Honestly, it was around the pandemic, you know. Darron really had an urge to just want to just write, you know, because like we in the house, like, you know, what else we gonna do? So Darron wanted to write. I had a little writer's block. Darron got 15,000 journals of pages and poems, you know. I didn't really see these pages and poems, so I went to his house, and I was like, you really got all these journals? It's crazy. And then from that, you know, we was like, it's probably more people that just want to get up and write, because you got things for rappers and singers, you know, and spoken word artists, but it's probably people out there that just want to write, you know. It's not, people got book clubs, but it's not so many like writing situations like that. So it started off just asking a general question on Facebook and telling people, hey, I had a great time writing, I haven't sat down and writing in a while, you know, we might have another session, you know, like, would y'all be interested if we open it up?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. I was like, ain't nobody going. I was like, you know, so it ended up starting with just me and Darron, then it went to 4 people, and then it just grew from there, like 40 people, to now we had like a stable, like 55 people a week. We started in a small apartment, fitting people in, a small apartment, fitting 40 people in a small little crunched in space, no central air, you know.
That's what the magic really
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Talk about it, yeah.
One thing that we don't really get the credit to enough is the love for instrumentals first, because I feel like the love for instrumentals is what really led to, you know, speaking on the writing, because me and Jovan will be on our way to go do ladies' night events, and he have instrumentals playing on our way there. So you know, I'm like, always be hearing these instrumentals, that's dope. I'm like, that's really my first passion, writing. So he always had the instrumentals going. I'm like, bro, let's do something with these. Let's do something with them. So it really agitated me for us to be listening to instrumentals and not doing nothing with it. So that's where a lot of reiteration came in at. And to get the PENFLOW to having a historic, like, Bronzeville feel to it, a lot of it was the instrumentals in the beginning, like the jazzy feel. Because a lot of stuff he was playing gave it that, even though it's a younger crowd coming, it exposed them to more musicians and just a wider range of music rather than just trap and drill and stuff like that. Yeah. So that was beautiful along with the experience, and that's what really made it feel like Bronzeville, even though we had a range of 19-year-olds coming up to 69-year-olds.
Oh, wow.
Like, we had 19 in the room and 69 in the room at the same time. So we like, man, we just bridged the gap.
Yeah, that's how it is now. Yeah, it's amazing. So Darron used to live in Miami for a long time, you know.
Okay.
So when it came to the point, it was winter time and it was snowing, it was a blizzard. You know, we would go back and forth of like, look, should we change it? Should we not have it? Should we not cancel it? Like, no, we're just gonna have it anyway and see what happens. Surprisingly, people would still show up. Like, dude, this is crazy. It's a whole tornado outside, and people here. Like, it's
Regardless of
wow.
Regardless of people always showed up, whether storm, whether too hot, too cold, whatever. It still was always a packed house, a great turnout.
What do you think is the attraction? And then I'll swing it to you, King.
Well, we really feel that as we've been talking to more people, because we've been doing this for 5 years, every Wednesday in Bronzeville from like 7 to 11:30, so those 4 hours. As people start coming, it's something about the sense of unity, family, and therapy, for people we actually have a lot of introverts that come out and they end up being an extrovert here. I don't really know about everybody's life outside, you know what I'm saying? But this is a space where introverts come and they be who they are, who they really want to be on the inside, and then they go back into their shell. But the thing is, what I'm noticing is that a lot of people that come here in their shell, they try to practice what they do here outside, We got people that was gunshot victims on accident, just sitting there minding their business, you know what I'm saying, get shot. So they make you not want to go outside, you know what I'm saying? So they choose to have PENFLOW as their way to get back into regular society,
Artists have been hit by vehicles. You know what I'm saying? As well, so they come here as
we have people that pay $500 a month for a therapist, and they be like, you know what, I just canceled my therapist subscription. I'm about to come here. This is about to be my therapist. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. So what's the connection with Bronzeville? Y'all from here?
Yeah, so I've been living here for about living in Bronzeville for like 10 years. And the thing is about my whole situation in Bronzeville, like everything has just been like I feel like God has been making stuff happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? From how I ended up moving to Bronzeville to how I ended up taking over where I lived at, from getting having a space here and then moving downstairs, That's what makes me kind of comfortable about the next steps, because it's like nothing has really been like a forceful thing, like, oh, we gotta go do it, Everything's just been calm and everything just flowing how it's supposed to flow,
So 10 years you've been here, but like, I'm saying, like, what led you to land in this spot? Like, what brought you directly to where you at right now?
Oh, relationships.
Okay.
Relationships with my landlord, make it black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it was pandemic. We both do massage therapy, but I was personally doing massages out of where I live at during the pandemic, And I started noticing my clientele was getting a little busy, so I asked my landlord. Something told me to see about turning an apartment into a spa or something, because the storefronts was closed. But I think, like, how can I still run business while stores are closed and can't stay in the weather? Duh, apartment. You know what I'm saying? So something told me, I asked my landlord about it. First time, he was kind of like, ooh, I don't know. And then he was like, I got an apartment on 45th Street. It was dusty. Like, first looked at it, I was like, oh, no, And then so I was like, let's clean it up. We started doing massages out of there. Darron was like, hey, let's write. We ended up doing it upstairs. We was kind of weird. It was like, people come in an apartment on a Wednesday, that was the most concern. Like, it's a Wednesday, come upstairs in an apartment. It kind of sound weird,
Yeah.
But it's on the third floor at that, no elevator.
On the third floor.
No elevator. People live there. Let me know, like we have never had a complaint by a neighbor, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then the same landlord that owned upstairs, the alderman, was having this campaign down here. He moved out, and then we was like, hey, let's add downstairs to it.
Yeah.
Because we was already outgrowing the space. We didn't know what we was gonna do, because we was like at the seams upstairs. We moved down here. Now we kind of like at the seams down here. So yeah, that's pretty much how we ended up.
Let me ask you for the people out there, because I'm from Indiana, I'm from Gary, and for the people out there that's watching it, I'm familiar with Bronzeville. Like, could you give them a quick little wrap of like, what is Bronzeville? Where does the name come from? What does it represent to our community? Like, what does it represent? Either or.
I feel like Darron pretty much lived in the city most of his life, but
Hit
Hit it. So Bronzeville is the historic mecca for entertainment, black excellence, artistry. 47th Street and 43rd and also 39th. So it's historic for let's see, the Regal Theater was what the Washington Cultural Center is now, but that used to be the Regal. I didn't even know that, but Malik shot you. He definitely be showing all of the top spots in Bronzeville, just giving people the background on the historic nature and the value of where we are. So I just know. This definitely, Jack Johnson. This is where Jack Johnson used to live at.
Whoa.
The boxer.
Yeah, the boxer. Yeah. So it's just, all of the entertainment was from over here. The Gallery Gouchard, the Gouchard Art Gallery, I didn't know that gallery right there was, what it took. It was saved. But that's where all of the textile was done. That's where all of the best art, the best fashion has been for decades. So it's very historic of excellence.
Yeah, and just understand it's like Bronzeville. Bronzeville was also that place where they brought black people to first. Like
That's what I was
from
gonna
like
ask
from
you.
different
What
like
did
from
they-
down
what
like
did
from
they-
like from down like from like different areas. This is where they put us at all in whole, thinking we was gonna kill and murder each other. While whoever was the mayor or governor at that time created the expressway for most people that was Caucasian to move more north, to get them out the area. But I feel like they didn't know or think that we was gonna be able to build some kind of like black kind of like Mecca here. So they had to throw drugs and stuff in the area, and that's how the kind of downfall came. The low end part came. But I feel in that though there's a spirit here in Bronzeville, and this is gonna bring people that has that certain spirit back to Bronzeville to make it back to what it was.
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that we end up being, I know Darron say all the time, man, I feel like your spirit, you probably was here in Bronzeville sometimes like your life before. But what we're doing here is what Bronzeville used to do. We had Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. and he would talk about how he was younger, and they'll be like in the basement type feel like that, and having and doing the same thing how we doing now. So it feels nice to be able to have something positive in Bronzeville, to have people's thoughts different about Bronzeville, especially people who live in different suburbs. They think Bronzeville is this and that. They still call it low ends. Now understanding that there's actually real great black. To me, everybody talk about Black Wall Street. People don't talk about how really Bronzeville is a black.
Wow.
A lot of businesses here is
Wow.
black owned. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't really know. I'm sure it's parts, but a lot of businesses I know here in Bronzeville, no matter where you at, 47, 45th, 37, 32nd. There's a lot of things black owned here. But I also noticed that with just certain situations, just it could be a greater black excellence though. If I feel like the city had things set up correctly for us to be able to proceed and excel how we need to. But I feel like it's getting there. But it's been a beautiful ride. Like I said, it's almost 5 years in August.
Well, I have a question. So, because I know we've started already. So, how does PENFLOW sessions flow? How does it flow?
So for one thing, when we first started, we just got together. We was just writing. We didn't have really nothing to talk about, nothing like that. We was just writing, and it was like, hey, let's have people read out what they want to read. And then it was like, hey, we could set some chairs on this side and put the stage this side. And then, like I said, like we always been on our fitness, so we just be riding. And then I don't know what dawned on us one day. We was talking. We was like, oh man, we should have like topics or something so they write about. And we just be talking about a conversation. You be like, ooh.
Direction. People, they needed direction.
Yeah.
Because for one, it was to help people get out of their writer's block. So giving a topic helps them get out of the...
Yeah.
All right, now I have to stay on task and write about that.
Trust me,
Because that's what really became, what they loved about it. Like, oh, we appreciate you giving us something to write about, because I would just be all over the place.
Yeah, we have free writes, and they just be so confused. But yeah, so we started doing these topics every week. So every week we write about something different. It's never really the same thing unless it's something great that we kind of had to get back to. We try to make the topics that people can open up. Like no way is a right way, no way is a wrong way. We come up with topics that people, wherever their brain go, that's what they let them write. It doesn't matter what it is. We had some ladies that wanted to tap dance what the topic was about. I was like, I don't know how you gonna dance about what the topic was about, but hey. But some of these topics, we used to as black people, sometimes we get together and we just BS around, talk mess, watch the game, drink, probably smoke something. Yeah. But here the topics, like people kind of learn something from people. People who laugh here, they cry here. Some people already got mad here, but there's never been no disrespect. It's never been anything like that here. And then I just feel like the sense of driving that for 4 years. You understand? We wrote a lot.
That was for every organization. That was a struggle. That wasn't just for GDs. That was for every organization. That was a struggle. That wasn't just for GDs. That was for every organization. That was a struggle. That wasn't just for GDs. That was for every organization. That was a struggle. That wasn't just for GDs. That was for every organization. That was a struggle. That was
He was upstairs. you know, they was getting there at 8:30 and the show started at 9.
Yeah.
So they rush and have to rush and write. So for us to go from that to now see people getting here before the doors open for literacy.
Yeah.
And that's what we really look at, like the fact that people it's thought-provoking topics and it's topics that whereas it make it to whereas we're giving you direction, but you can, you know, it's vast, you know, to where you can go with it.
Yeah.
So to see people get here and actually, you know, the writing portion, that's really almost like a party, artist party.
Yeah, it's like a mingle, you know.
Yeah, a little bit.
And
look, you get down there and you count everybody in the room. It's all artists.
Yeah.
And they, you know, bouncing ideas.
And you
off each
encourage
other.
them to be artists.
Yeah, and
this question real quick before you go, brother, because you said something that's interesting to me when you said the time. So explain the construct of how it operates. You said from 7 to 9, you give them a topic, and they got what, 2 hours to write on the topic.
So we drop the topic around about 6 o'clock on the social media platforms, and then some people don't want to see that. They want to just find out when they get here. We got it on the board as soon as you come in.
Yeah.
And then they get to go. Try not to talk too much downstairs because they got to get to their writing.
Okay.
Yep.
Are they allowed to go off a topic?
no.
It's whatever they mind go with it. There's no wrong.
No. They can't. They have to write on the topic that we talking about. They just can't get up here and we writing about the sun. They want to write about the moon. Like
Okay,
you gotta
yeah,
write
that's
about
what
you gotta write about the sun. Yeah.
Okay, so
and
somebody
then
can't bring their own little stuff that they just had in their mind. Okay.
no.
Gotcha.
You can't come with something you already wrote somewhere else or performed before.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us authentic. Is to kind of make us
Yeah, that's
improvised.
love right
You
there.
know.
And that pulls it out of people.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and it makes it hard. It doesn't matter how long you've been writing, performing. It's not you've not really been somewhere that you gotta write what you didn't want to write about,
Yeah. Right.
and then gotta perform that in front of people without it being rehearsed, without it not having the right commas and periods somewhere. You know, that's what makes it authentic. I know you asked what keeps people coming.
Yeah.
It's because we kind of build like a sense of community. Like if we're quiet down here, if we're quiet doing this interview right now, you hear laughs, conversations, you know, things like that. So we build a kind of a sense of community. Like we have a group meet. You know, we try to do something once a month that we either have a party or we try to figure out somewhere that we can go.
Right,
You know,
that's dope.
You know, we reach out. You know, people if we can. It's kind of like you're kind of forcing building relationships
Yeah.
with people. Yeah, you know.
Yes.
People gonna go where it's certain that they can get the quality that they're looking for, and that's what make them return to the fact that they know, hey, I'm gonna see this person, and this person, and I love when I see these people right here. These are my go-tos. It don't have to be days other than Wednesday sometime, but on Wednesday, everybody looks forward to seeing.
Yeah, they feel
They come back around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they feel safe, you know. And the thing is, when people, we don't get a chance to really explain people a lot about PENFLOW, is the fact that there's lessons all embedded, you know what I'm saying, in PENFLOW that people don't understand as a person that's writing, you know, or a person just in life. You got some people that you can write around distraction, people talking, singing, people drinking or whatever, you know. But then you got people that find out that they can't do that around everybody. Maybe they need to be somewhere where it's a little more quiet. You get some people that learn themselves as a writer that maybe they need to walk around every now and then. You get some people that be like, oh, I don't know what else to write about. I'm like, well, try to go to a different space somewhere, go walk around, you know. And then also after we tell people after you learn yourself what kind of environment you're in, try to challenge yourself. So put yourself in an environment where there's distractions and learn how to be focused, get back out your focus box, but be able to learn how to get back in and take this outside of Wednesday. So in real life, that if you're in a situation that is distraction, learn how you can manage that. You don't get distracted and you stay distracted. You know, learn how to be distracted and then get back focused on what you're doing. Yeah. So and we even take that, even with our topic of conversations. You know, we wanted to introduce to the people how we come up with these topics, and they come from conversations. You know, so we have like an open floor pen talk type conversation. You know, we try to open up to the floor. And then we tell people from these discussions, you know, don't just leave it here. Like if it's something you agree with, you know, take it with you. You know, try to use it. But first off, we make sure we have everybody understands and respect people's thoughts and they words. Everybody didn't come from the same home, same parents, you know, so everybody not gonna feel the same about everything. But don't be mad at that person, you know. But I haven't seen anybody just hold something against somebody like that here, because we had to, first off, we communicate that, you know.
Are you referring to the writing topic?
Yeah,
or
what's the
topic
thought?
conversation?
No, what's the thought process of how y'all come up with a topic for people to write on?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We have a So within our team, we'll all like put down a list of just different things, and we'll vote on it. You know, on like let's just say everybody got to come up with 3 topics apiece, and we put them all out there, and then you know we pick from there. Or Vaughn to come up with a list or however, and we pick from there. And then sometime we let the people in the group me pick as well. You know, like
Yeah, once a month.
We'll vote, do a vote in there.
Yeah, once a month.
Okay.
What do they want to write
Get
about?
them
Yeah.
involved too.
Really, as far as actually coming up with the actual topic, I really just tune in where I feel like my environment is saying that people might need to write about and talk about. It might come from like conversation I had with people here. It may be a conversation I hear about people walking. It might be something about I've seen on social media that people just been talking about. You know, it might be like a song I heard and then say the line that wasn't the song's title. But it was something I heard or saw a conversation and somebody said, so I'm like, ooh, you know what? That would be dope to write about, you know?
Yeah.
So that's
Brought up this
just,
freaky ass topic tonight.
yeah, so that's
What's the topic for tonight?
OnlyFans.
Yeah, what's
Oh,
up?
Yeah,
So where that come from?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, yeah. So where that comes from?
OnlyFans.
love
Man,
it.
I don't really know. I don't really because this been on the topic list. Yeah, well, this has been on the topic list for a long time. So I don't, because I was waiting for everybody to agree on this topic, but I can't remember exactly where I got the OnlyFans thing from. I just feel like it'd be fun.
Yeah,
I think so too.
try to think something.
Yeah.
philosophical.
Like I like to me personally, I like to come up with a topic that people write about that is going to like, you know, like hit, like it's entertaining, it's going to hit them, it's going to, you know, put some thoughts and some spins into them, really, you know.
And I like that there ain't no judgment, like you say, because somebody might come with something like how they're against it, and it's they flow, and it's what they writing on.
Yeah.
And nobody ain't gonna be down there like, oh, boo, get out of here. No, it's like, this is your perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, we can tell sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes people do get, it's passionate people down there, you know, but me and Darron dealing with people for this long, like we learn how to kind of like deal with people, you know, try to know when it's time to cut it off. You know, it's time to keep the show moving,
Of course.
so it don't go nowhere it's supposed to, because we only got limited time, so.
Yeah. And speaking of which, guys, the show is growing. I'm definitely writing in this session. So before we get out of here, we definitely want to discuss just skeletorial remains. If this was it, if this was your last day, what message would you leave behind? Let's start with you, Jovan.
What message I leave behind to people?
Yeah. What's your life motto? What's your skeletorial remains?
Oh man, my thing is go with your first mind. You know, what's really is God talking to you. I feel like from how they teach you in school, whatever, you know, when you feel like it's something that yourself is telling you, you don't take it as serious. But if we was just like, man, God's telling me to do this, you'll take it as serious and do that. You know, it's never gonna be a right day to do nothing. At the end of the day,
I love it.
it's never gonna be a right time. Period. You know, you just gotta take advantage of it. Somebody tell you no, fine. Like, you know, if it don't work, it don't work. Just ask people. Use your people at the end of the day.
I love that.
Ask your people what you ask. See would they be interested in this. At the end of the day, I tell my son that you have to first find something you like doing. And then after that, does the time pass without you realize you're doing it? Like, are you good at it? Does other people think you're good at it? And then after people think they're good at it, will people pay for it? You know? And if you check all the boxes, that's what you should be doing.
I love it. Darron.
Yeah, my motto is always make someone glad they met you. Because whenever I heard that, first time I ever heard that was from Brian Tracy.
Yeah.
He was saying the best characteristic a person can have is leading with that mindset of, hey, I'm going to make them glad they met me. Because whenever you're doing your own introverted time, that's you. It's no one else. Whatever happens, that's on you. But what do you give to the world? So when you come out to the world, if that's the impression you leave, that's what comes back. You building good reciprocal points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And then your kids eat off that too, because people, when they find out who your children are, or they meet your children, it's like,
Oh, Granddad.
So when they find out, you know, they let your children know, hey, your dad is this, your dad is that, your dad is this. That's, you know, it's transferable. That the impression you leave, you know.
You know, piggybacking off what he said real quick, I know we closing. That's a thought that somebody gave to me was leave something with somebody that they'll take away from meeting you. Like you meet people so much in the world. You meet somebody in the subway, you meet somebody on the bus. Let that impression that you give them be a lasting memory, that be something that's positive. Something that lead them somewhere. You know what I mean? Even if you say, hey, I love the way that you spoke today to that man that's sitting next to you. They'll leave and be like, man, that was cool. He said that. I mean, I do have a good voice. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You never know how you could change somebody with just your perspective of them. You know what I'm saying? And leaving them with something. So that's powerful. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah. I'll leave it today with fear not. And that's something that I'm saying to myself. It was definitely the message that was left for Mary, Jesus' mom. It's fear not, and it's going to be, it's 365 fear nots in the Bible for 365 days of the year. And so today I'm even saying to myself, fear not, grow for it. And so guys, if you can let us know the information regarding PENFLOW and how we can find you on social media.
Yeah, you can go to PENFLOWwritingsessions.com, info at PENFLOW Writing Sessions, exactly how it's spelled, nothing special. On Instagram, you can find us under PENFLOW_writing sessions. You can also go and join our group on Facebook. That's PENFLOW Writing Sessions. But I would say just visit PENFLOWwritingsessions.com. On there, you'll find everything you need. Our social media, our YouTube. Please subscribe on our YouTube. We have like over 50 episodes on our YouTube. And just come visit us.
4504 South Cottage.
Yeah, if you want us to come, Bronzeville. If you want us to come to you, we can. We can come to your job and run the PENFLOW. You can have the people there that want to write. We can bring some writers.
Y'all know some artists, send them our way. You know, this place where they can come practice. This is a place for artist development as well.
Yeah.
You know?
If you have a group of youth that probably needs us to do a writing session with them, you know, we can set something up with them. You know, so. Writing is very important. You know, some people are afraid of writing because they either learn old things about themselves or they're scared to actually correct themselves because they find out things about themselves by writing. Our hardest topic in my line is the ones that has to deal with writing about yourself. Anything self-poems has been the hardest. You know, write about others or whatever was fine, but as soon as we got something that got to do with I am this or what me
or family,
yeah.
Family,
you know, it's the hardest. It's the hardest thing for them to write about. Yeah. So then that's because. If you're a positive person, they got you in a way that you can't say what your glory is, what your blessings has been, because you don't want to say this because you might make somebody bad that has less than you. Forget that. Like if it's happening, tell people it's happening. You know, speak on what God doing for your life. You know, so yeah.
I got one thing I want to say.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna sacrifice my closing thought and not give y'all closing thought. Instead, I'm gonna give y'all flowers. Reason I say that is I appreciate y'all because we need more of this.
Yes, we do.
We need more stuff.
Yes, we do.
I went to, I was at the Hampton PENFLOW, and it was a couple of people that broke into tears. It was a couple of people that broke down. You know what I mean? And that is their release. That's something that empowers some people. You saw people's pain. You saw people's hurt. And you don't get a lot of that within our community to allow people to have a voice. So thank y'all for allowing people to have a voice in a safe space, a historical space, for real, because that means the world. We don't realize the small things and how they make grand changes in people's lives and environments. So thank y'all for that, for real.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
All right, guys, we're gonna go. Yes. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. You already know what's up. Shout out to Ron. Ron Reed, the B&O Productions, B&O What You Know. Also part of Crew in the Vibe Studios 219. Rock Truth, no matter the consequences. Rock Truth are absolutely nothing at all. Peace.
Yeah. Rock Truth.
True.
Situations happen. Tell me how you feel about it. Let's talk about it. Topics of discussion. Tell me what's your view. And let's talk about it. We gon' rock the truth.